Well, good Sunday morning, everybody. In here in the garage bright and early, getting back to work on Kiwi's motor, and want to talk about something. This is the first time I ran into this, and definitely got to have patience. Yesterday, my patience ran out, so I walked away, took a chill pill, and actually went on YouTube to find the best way of doing this. There were several options, and there's also a tool available. And what I am talking about is the spiral locks. Well, when you get them, they look like this. And I looked through some comments and stuff on YouTube, and for me the easiest way was stretch the spring or the lock. So anyway, this is what holds the wrist pin in the piston because it's a floating setup. And like I said, this is the first time I've ever came across these. I'm always wanting to learn, so went online, did some research, and found out the best way to do it. Now the quickest, easiest way is the tool that I saw online. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but if I'm going to start doing a lot of these that require the spiral locks, and might be a good investment. But when doing these and inserting them, like, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, probably not, but there's a groove in there that a lock goes into, and once you get it in place, you got to make sure it snaps in place. And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a good setup, but it's just pain in the butt. Now, probably the more of these I do, the easier it'll get. But like I said, you know, I like to learn. I'm used to the old style floating pin retainers, and I know they use these a lot now, like on the LS stuff and some of the Ford stuff. And but hey, you learn something new every day. I'm going to show you how I'm putting these in, so bear with me. Sometimes some of them I can get in pretty quick, some of them take a minute, and at the end of the day, I'm trying not to scar up the pistons or anything. And so I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. I'm sure there's going to be other people's way of doing it, and I'm sure I'll hear it in the comments. But like I said, I went online, did some research. Actually watched a few videos on these, and we'll see how it goes. But other than that, I'm going to show you how I put them in. And like I said, it is going to try your patience. So sometimes you just need to walk away and chill out instead of messing something up. And once you hear that click, and take a look, it's in there. Pin's not going anywhere. But yep, it just requires a little bit of patience. Anyway, like I said, just take your time with it. And there are other ways of doing it. There is, like I said before, there is a tool for it. And, but yeah, just got to breathe, relax. I got 5 more of those to do. Now I've already started putting some of the pistons in. I got 2 in right now. And I'm gonna get them all in. I don't have them torqued down. Got them hand tight or snug right above it. And once I get that done, I'm gonna go back with the plastic gauge, check the clearances, make sure they're good, and then put it together, torque it down. But it just takes time. And yesterday also I took a ride out to Kiwis. I had to go get some more parts that he had. So these were the parts I picked up from Kiwis yesterday. A lot of this stuff he got when he got the motor. Let's see here. Pull mounted bracket for a 446 pack. Coil holder. Linkage for the carbs. Fuel line for the carbs. Let's see what else we got. We got alternator. Mounting bracket with intake for the spring, return spring. And little goodies for the clutch. Good old E3 spark plugs. I haven't seen them in a while. Extra gaskets. I think we got a few water pump gaskets floating around in this thing. Good old alternator. Some more ARP bolts. Some of the stock bolts that came off the motor originally. Ooh, what we got here? Ooh, it even came with a 7/16 for the ARP bolts. So there's a certain show that originally had this motor. If you're missing your 7/16, I've got it. More spacers and linkage. Here's the stuff that came for the rockers and everything else on the manifold. And I'm glad he had these. I mean, I'm a stickler for those. Like I said, I always like to learn. Some more ARP hardware. We'll put that over there with the rest. Let's see what we got in here. More ARP bolts. They're out there. A dipstick tube. And then we got exhaust manifold gaskets, water pump pulley, crank pulley, distributor, the old coil, distributor hold down, which I was needing that. When Kiwi was ordering parts the other day, at the time I did not have a crank bolt for the end of it. And going through this box yesterday, not only was there one, there's also an ARP. And then altogether there was 3 of them. So I think we got plenty of bolts on that end. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to work on this thing and get finished putting the rest of the spiral locks on and get the rings and everything on the pistons. and start dropping it into the block. Other than that, guys, y'all have a good Sunday, and I'll see you down the road.